Hey guys, Shane here. Doing a review today on this particular knife right here. This is the Reate K1. Guys, I don't handle a whole lot of Reates. I don't review a whole lot of Chinese-made knives, but this one was loaned in to me, and I mean, I'll have to admit this is a very beautiful knife. It's also a very well-made knife. You can't argue the the quality of a build coming from Reate most of the time. This thing is extremely sharp, and if I know the gentleman I got this from, this is probably the factory edge. He's very particular about his knives and likes to keep them in pristine condition. Um, I've owned a Reate before. I will say this one is much better ground than the one that I had. It is a very thin hollow grind. Um, yeah, this is just a beautiful knife, man. I mean, it's a titanium frame lock with a carbon fiber um, and a titanium backspacer, titanium pocket clip with a ceramic ball. I checked this, guys, on a pair of the American Eagle jeans I'm wearing right now, and the clip does go in and out of pocket just fine. Um, it does make a very loud, very aggressive pop when it comes over the seam. So no doubt that ceramic ball is going to destroy your pants eventually. Um, the action on this thing is great. It's got a really strong detent. Um, you know, just a little shake, she'll drop shut on you. This is a beautiful knife. And everybody knows that Reate has a reputation for being the premier knife maker in China, and they're very popular here amongst knife collectors. They do make they make a beautiful piece. Um, this knife reminds me a whole lot of. I'm not saying it's a copy either, by the way, but it brings to mind a ZT that I reviewed recently. It was a Hinder design. I think it was supposed to be ZT's version of the Eclipse. So if you're looking for something American made with kind of the same styling, um, that would be a good option. But yeah, I don't know what this knife costs, guys. I don't know if the K1 is still available, but it's a very nice knife. Regardless of where it's from, I can't deny that. And the K1 is one of those knives that when Outpost 76 did his edge retention testing on Reate's M390, this is the only one that performed well. I have a feeling that may have to do. It very well could just be that it has a great heat treat. I don't know. Jared Neve says Reate does a pretty good job on their heat treats. Not excellent, but pretty good. But I have a feeling that this one may have performed as well as it did because of the blade geometry. It is very thin behind the edge. It's a deep hollow grind. So, yeah, this thing should be very slicey. I'm not going to cut anything with it. I was asked not to use these knives, and I want to be respectful of the owner. So yeah, absolutely beautiful piece. You know, it's not in my wheelhouse necessarily, but I can understand the hype behind Reate. The only issue I have is it is a little bit late getting over the detent, but hey, most knives are, and I've said multiple times I don't really care about that. This is a large knife. It's not huge, but it's by no means is a small knife. Let's see if I don't have a something to compare it to here. We will just compare it to also a premium made American knife. This is the Chris Reeves large Sabenza. So as you can see, it is a little bit bigger than the Sabenza. So yeah, I'd say it's a large knife. Would I consider it a heavy duty knife? I mean, I guess you could. I don't imagine that people are spending this kind of money on a Reate to heavy use them. Um, I've never really seen anybody use a Reate. It's really more of a collector thing. They're looking for something a little more bougie. I get it, I guess. But yeah, it's a beautiful knife, very well made. Um, and according to Gerald at Outpost 76, his example actually had very good edge retention. Like I said, that very well could be because of the excellent blade geometry and being so thin behind the edge. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I got for you today. I don't know what else to say. can't deny that Reate makes a beautiful knife and a quality built knife. So anyway, you guys know I appreciate any amount of time y'all spend with me. That's all I got. Peace. Love y'all.